When I tell you that setting up this microphone took like 3 years, I'm not joking. I was getting stressed. It was getting hot and sweaty because of all these stupid chords, but I'm here now, and I'm going to teach you one of the best scales that you can use to improvise and write any solo that you could pretty much ever imagine. So, it's a pentatonic scale. It sounds like this. I'll put a picture of it up here so you can see what I'm doing, if that makes it more helpful, you know. So what this looks like is we're in B. So if you know a B power chord, you know a B bar chord, right? That's what we're working on. And on the B bar chord, the pentatonic scale is actually, it's worked in with the chord, right? I don't know how else to explain that, but it's like, you can see that it's within the chord, especially this bar right here. You play all those notes in the pentatonic scale. So that's actually how I'm going to teach it. If you put a bar over the, what fret is that? Over the 7th fret. If you put a bar over it, play all those notes. All those notes are in the pentatonic scale. Now we're just going to work off those notes and play a note after it, okay? So, we have that bar. Start with the first note. You're going to play the first note, then you're going to walk up 3 frets. 1, 2, 3, and that's your note. So, play it with your pinky, first pinky. Second one, second note. And this one you're going to walk up 2 frets. So, 1, 2. Play that with your ring. That's going to be the exact same for the next 2 strings. So, the D string, up 2. First string. And the G string, walk up 2, 1, 2. And then these last 2 strings, the B string and the high E string, are going to be the exact same as the low E string. So, walk up 3, 1, 2, 3. First pinky, walk up 3, 1, 2, 3. First pinky, sorry, that's my bad. So, that's the pentatonic scale. I'm going to show you 2 variations that you can work off of that. Sorry, excuse me. That you can work off of that to make it a little bit spicier. They're not technically in the pentatonic scale, but I was taught that way, and I love it, and I use them a lot, so I'm going to show those. So, that's the pentatonic scale, right? Right? Now, to work off that, I have 2 variations that I like to use. I'm going to start with this low one, because the low one is a little bit easier. And it's this. It's literally just a rectangle. So if you can imagine a rectangle, you're on the two low notes, right? Remember that bar that I showed you at the very beginning? Take those 2 low notes and just move them down 2 frets. 1, 2. Alright? And that's what you have. You have this like rectangle shape. You see, I don't know how to explain it else. These 2 notes, on the low E string and the high and the A string, these 2 notes, and it forms like a rectangle. And from that shape, you can just slide into the pentatonic scale. So, you right? See, you can just work off it. You can do all sorts of things with just that movement there. The next one I'm going to show you is literally the exact same thing, just as in the high part, and there's just one extra note. So go to the high part, the 2 high strings of the pentatonic scale, the B string and the high E string. Remember the 3, the 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and that high ones, these 2 notes here, slide them up 2 frets, just like the low ones. 1 2, 1 2, and you have another rectangle. Now I add this 1 note off that rectangle. You can go, and it's the G string, and it's in the middle of the rectangle, right? I think it forms this kind of house shape. So you have like the base, the windows, and then like the top of the roof here. I don't know if it's easier if I come around here. No, it's not. But yeah, I think it forms kind of a house shape. That's what I was told. I don't know if it really does, but yeah. So it's just the rectangle, and then that note in the middle, right there. So we have that rectangle up here, and the rectangle up here, and then that note in the middle, right? You can do so many things with just that, right? You can walk up, all sorts of stuff just from that. And what I like to do, I do this a lot. Let's say G is an easier one to do. Let's say you're playing the G pentatonic, right? So I forgot to say this. The pentatonic scale is the exact same for every position. It does not change. It's the exact same, okay? So let's say we're in the G position, the G chord. Right? We're in G. The whole thing stays the same. You have that rectangle below, and that rectangle or the house shape above. Why not just move it up an octave and play it higher? So right? Just move it up an octave. You can do this for a lot of these shapes, actually. Like, not a lot, but E minor, G minor, A minor. It gets a little bit tricky when it cuts off, but yeah, it's just a silly move, I guess, that you can do whenever you want, just to change things up. Yeah, so a way that I would practice this is kind of advanced. You need to know your power chords. You need to know your power chords or your bar chords. So I'm gonna turn on something a little bit more distorted here. So this is the backing track that I played at my beginning of the video. So it's a B minor down to an A major to a G major, back to the A major to the B minor, right? And what I want you to do is just play through the chord, and then in that little pause, just play something in the pentatonic scale, right? They can be power chords. They don't have to be bar chords, but just like, then just play your A, and just have fun with that. Again, it doesn't have to be super fast. It can be even slower than that. You could play 3 notes per one. So play the first one, then 3 notes. Right? Just like that. And I think that this helps you incorporate chords with your improvisation. I think it also helps you go to the pentatonic scale fast without having to like think about it, because it's all shapes, right? You need to envision the shape of the pentatonic scale. What I like to do is I like to envision big, because it's 3 frets, big, small, 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 big, big, right? That's just how I envision it, and then the top ones, you have that rectangle on the bottom, rectangle at the top with the roof, the house shape, and that's pretty much all you need for this, right? You can do so much with that. Yeah. So I'm gonna play the B minor backing track that I did at the very beginning, at the end here, and I want you to just try to just do anything you can, right? It can be slow. It can be so slow. Just try to incorporate notes from the pentatonic scale into it. So it's it's gonna sound like, right? And you don't even have to play much. Just like, just it doesn't have to be fancy. Just get familiar with the scale. Get familiar with the notes that are in the scale. Try to get familiar with going up the scale, going down the scale, going horizontally, sliding to that house shape, sliding to that rectangle shape. All those things. Just get familiar with that. And yeah, so I hope this helped. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if I could have done anything better, what I should do next, all that sorts of stuff. All right. Well, I'm gonna play the backing track for about 3 to 5 minutes. I really hope that you get some practice out of that. All right. See you guys later. Bye.